My God, there has been enough metaphorical ammunition in recent years to target British cops. We all know that. And when appropriate, I have been highly critical of our forces, including the Met, especially over the woke phenomenon of transforming into the thought police while letting violent criminals roam freely. But tonight I come on air with nothing but the utmost sympathy for the armed officers who, for a brief moment during 24 hours of high drama, handed back their gun permits in retaliation at the decision to charge one of their own with murder following the killing of Chris Carver. I have a special place in my heart for police officers the world over who put their lives on the line on a daily basis to protect us. And I think that's because I come from a family of police officers on my father's side, both here in the UK and in New Zealand. And as you might know, my uncle Derek was killed in the line of duty in 2008. It was a normal shift for Sergeant Wootton, who was 52, until he received a report of a serious assault and carjacking. Unarmed, he was laying road spikes in a desperate bid to stop the hardened criminal behind the wheel, but was struck in the legs, thrown more than 27 metres down the road and killed instantly, forever ripping the heart out of my family. So the idea that firearms officers, of which there are more than 3,000 volunteers in the Met, could face jail for similar life or death, split-second decisions in the line of duty that are all about protecting the public makes me feel deeply uncomfortable. The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, trying to calm the situation today, was right to back a Home Office review from Suella Braverman about how armed police can avoid being tried in court for doing their duties.
Look, our firearms officers do an incredibly difficult job. They're making life or death decisions in a split second to keep us safe, and they deserve our gratitude for their bravery. Now, it's important when they're using these legal powers that they do so with clarity and they have certainty about what they're doing, especially given the lethality that they are using. That's why the Home Secretary's asked her department to review the guidance that the officers are operating under to make sure that it is robust and that it commands the confidence not just of the officers but of the public as well.
And that is a great aim. But it won't be enough to silence tonight the increasingly worried supporters and protectors of our forces who see the dangers of the police being thrust into the midst of an increasingly toxic American-style social media-driven culture war over individual incidents.
I think they've collectively come to a position where they've had enough in terms of the support or the lack of support that they've had from the leadership of the organisation.
I think all the police officers would acknowledge that they need to be held to account. I think what police officers are saying is that they want that reassurance. This is effectively the biggest crisis Sir Mark Rowley has had.
The only reason he's doing it is because basically they're volunteers, they've withdrawn their services because of their concerns, and he's left the situation where he's having to call in the military.
Last night, there were said to be only 2 armed units policing London rather than the usual 15 during what was described as a period of reflection. That is not acceptable, and there must be an urgent resolution to what is a very sensitive situation.